Right, okay, so we can close that now. Let's move on to the next task. Here we go, task DB2. Open a new document using word processing software, enter task DB2 and other details, and then save it as task DB2. Okay, fine, so let's just get that ready. Again, just make sure that you are entering all the information that it is asking you to. It is very important that you enter this footer information in. So please make sure you remember how to do that. Insert footer, and then let's just go to blank footer here. Let's go ahead and type task. Multiple ways you can do this. You can just double click at the bottom of the page as well. You can just do that, it's fine. Anyway, okay. I'm getting it automatically centered, by the way, by doing my keyboard shortcut, Control E. Okay, what? Yeah, save it as task DB2. Silly, DB2 now. Okay, file, save as. Again, whenever you're saving your files, just make sure you know where you are saving it. If it helps you, then go ahead and save it in, separated task folders, whatever works for you. Yeah, and make sure you're including all the details as requested. Okay, right. Just checking it didn't ask me to change the orientation. No, it didn't. Right. Leonie wants a list of walkers with Downley as the second line of their address. The list should display the title, first name, last name, and postcode only. Create a query or search on the Walker table to produce this list. Display the results of your query or search. So this is a query worth 3 marks. Right, let's go. Let's just close this. You've copied a large amount of data. Do you want to keep it? No. That was when I copied the table to Word. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a query. So create query. Let's go to query design. We're going to use information from the Walker table, and we can close this now. And then let's just enlarge this so we see everything. Let's just bring that up. Let me just ignore that. Here we go. Right. Okay. So all the walkers with Downley as a second line of their address. So second line of their address is address 2. The list should display title, first name, last name, postcode. Let's get that done then. Title, first name, last name, postcode. And we're going to need address 2 as well, because we need to be able to specify Downley. So let's make sure we add that as the criteria here in the 5th row. Is it? Yep, here we go. So Downley, make sure you spell it correctly. Downley, there we go. It doesn't really matter if it's not capitals, but just make sure it is spelled correctly. And then we go ahead and we run it. So we have a look. So that seems fine. But remember, it says the list should only display those 4 fields. So it only displays 4 fields. So you go back here. You're including address 2 in the query because you need it. But you can also choose to not show it by unchecking this box. So we've unchecked that box, which means don't show this field. Okay, but it's still a part of our query because we need it. Okay. Go ahead and save the query as DB2A. Okay, save as DB2A. Okay, and then copy the results of your query to the Word file. So let's go ahead and do that. Right click, copy. You can screenshot. I'm sure screenshotting's shooting. Anyway, I'm sure it's not a problem as long as it's clear. But if you just copy and paste it, then it's all good as well. So whatever, do either way. Again, if you feel like it's not clear, then just adjust the column sizes. There we go, that's all right. If you want to be a bit pedantic, then be pedantic. Alternatively, you can sort it out in does that even work? Sort it out here. Let me just try that now, actually. If you sort it out here, let's just do it that much. Here we go. And then copy it. Does it bring over the formatting? No, it doesn't. Okay, fine. So you have to do it here. Fine. Anyway. Okay, so copy the results over of your query and then resave the task as DB2. Okay, so resave, just press save, keep going. Open the coastal walk table. Leonie now wants a list of walks with a distance of 115 kilometers or more. Okay, so this is another query. Let me just push this aside. And let's open up, let me just close this. Do you want to save the changes? Oh, I made the columns wider, yeah, go on, whatever. Okay, now we're going to make a query for information in the coastal walk table. So again, query design, coastal walk, and then close this. And that's all the fields, so I don't need to elongate that. The list should only show the fields: walk name, region, distance, rating. Walk name, region, distance, rating. I've done it in that order because it says do it in this order. So make sure you do it in that order. Excuse me. Right. So Leonie wants a list of the walks with a distance of 115 km or more. So here's distance, and the criteria is something that we need to specify here. So we need to specify more than or equals to 115. More than or equals to 115. Let's run that query. Lovely, it's returned that. You cannot do more than 115. Why? Because if 115 is one of the distances, then it won't be included because you've said more than 115. So if I change that back to more than or equals to 115, you will see that this entry has been included, whereas before it wasn't included, just to show you. So this is, how do you say this? Meirionnydd in Wales. If I go back to design view and change this back to what is incorrect, which is more than 115, you can see it's not included. So just make sure you do that. Also make sure you are putting the equal sign after the more than sign. Okay, so this is done, and this is going to be saved as DB2B. Okay, so right click, save, DB2B. Okay, then it's asking you to copy these results to the DB2 Word file or word processed file. So we go ahead and we do that. Lovely. Again, you want to adjust, go ahead and adjust. Just pull the right side out quite a lot and then just sort everything out after that. Here we go. Just move this up along as well. Here we go. Lovely. Okay. What next? I suppose it would make sense actually. Well, no, actually, I was going to say put a label on top of each table, but you've already got it. Okay, so that's done. Resave task DB2. Resave. There we go. Keep going. And this is where you print. Okay, so that's the end of task DB2. It was a couple of queries and they are the results. And you've got to make sure that you have only got the fields that have been requested. And then hopefully you'll only have the records as well. So the actual rows that are required as well. Okay, so all of that for 7 marks. Right, the next video is going to move on to DB3.